Hey up fellas, today I've got the clearest Easter egg guide for the Shadowed Throne. Before you start this Easter egg you need to know how to get the Wonderbus Wonder Weapon and also need to know how to open up Pack-a-Punch. Both guides are in the description. So fellas, when you enter the game we need to find the golden melee weapons, we need to find the golden dagger, the golden baseball bat and the golden Nazi axe. And you can do these in any order and you can do it at the same time, but firstly I'm going to show you how to get the golden dagger. Right fellas, the first step into getting the dagger is to first go to the bedroom in the apartments. You want to hold square on this painting here to grab the painting. And now for the next part you will need the Wonderbus Wonder Weapon, and if you don't know how to do that I'll put my guide in the description. So now you want to go to the stage area of the map and you want to place the painting on this balcony here. Now you want to turn around and shoot a film reel off the balcony up here. You can just see it there. But when you shoot it, the film reel will land on the floor here to pick it up. You want to pick it up and place it onto the film projector. And now you want to get your Wonderbus Wonder Weapon out and you want to press R2 to laser the projector and that will turn on the projector. So when you turn on the projector that is going to show a map on the stage, and this is a diagram of the whole map. To make it easy to understand, here is my version of the map. So as you can see, the church is at the top of the map and the spawn area is down at the bottom, so you can kind of get your head around the map there. So as you can see on the map, there is a green light. This green light is where a soul box is located, and this green light is an item and it's a toy doll. So you want to go to the area of the map, find the toy doll and kill zombies near it. But when you kill zombies near the toy doll soul boxes, you need to count every zombie you kill. It's pretty easy actually. So for my first green light I was in the museum, and the reason I know that it's in the museum is because I look at the map diagram and I see that the green light is in the museum. So I went to the museum and the toy doll is just above my head right here. So now you just want to count how many zombies you kill. You want to keep counting, keep killing zombies until the electricity from the killed zombies doesn't spawn anymore. And eventually the electricity will stop spawning from the killed zombies, and that means you have filled up the toy doll soul box. And for me in my game, I killed 4 zombies and that was enough to fill up that zombie soul box. So now I'm just going to get a bit of paper on my phone and I'm just going to write on it, first green light equals 4. So if you want to do that in your game fellas, just write it out, first green light, and write how many zombie kills it took to fill up that soul box. And now you want to go back to this stage and look at the map again. The green light will have changed to a different area on the map, which means we have to fill up another toy doll. So for me, this time my green light was at the top left of the map, which is just outside of the church. And as you can see, here is the toy doll sitting on the outside of the church entrance. So again we're going to kill zombies near the toy doll and count how many zombies we killed. And for me this one took 5 zombies to fill up, so I'm going to write on a bit of paper, second green light, 5 zombie kills. So for a third time we're going to go back to the map on the stage and a third green light will spawn, and for me this green light was just before the church here fellas. It is on the floor and all you do is repeat the process by counting the zombies you kill. Just remember again fellas that you can stop counting and killing zombies when the electric from the killed zombies ain't there anymore. And for me that toy doll took 4 zombie kills, so again get me a bit of paper, write third green light, the number 4. And then finally I look at the map for the final time and the green light was literally just next to this map I'm looking at right now. The toy doll is on the stage right here. Basically this is backstage, and again we're going to repeat the process by killing and counting the zombies again. For me this toy doll took 8 zombie kills. I wrote that down, you know, my 4th green light equals 8 zombie kills. And now fellas, you should have 4 numbers from each of the 4 toy dolls you filled up. Hopefully you've got a nice little list there saying the first green light, second, third, 4th. And yeah, that is pretty simple really. And if you don't know some green light toy doll locations, here are some more locations. So one toy doll is at the elevator. This is just upstairs from where you build the Wonderbus Wonder Weapon. The second toy doll location is sat on double tap. Very simple to find this one. And if your green light is somewhere in the middle of the map, you want to try and kill a zombie near here because it could be this one. On to a third toy doll location, and this one is on the floor on the main street and it's at the bottom of the steps right here. On to a 4th location now, and this one is between the church and the stage area of the map. It is also near the plate on the floor where you can complete the Smuggler Easter egg step. Just kill zombies here and you'll see the toy doll fill up. A fifth location is in the museum. Kill zombies underneath the ceiling here and you'll boss it. A sixth location is to the left of the church, top left of the map, this green light, and it is right here on the entrance of the church. Just next to this map I'm looking at right now, the toy doll is on the stage right here. Basically, this is backstage, and if you still can't find the toy dolls, just go somewhere near the locations I showed you and kill some zombies nearabouts, and you should see some souls fill up. So that is how you do that part of this dagger step. If you fail and can't remember any of your counter zombie kills, just start again. You can go back to the map and you will see that first green light toy doll, which is there to retry. So when you've got your 4 numbers from that step, you want to head to the safe, which is near the apartments. And this safe was an absolute bitch, my god. It took me an hour to open up, but my god, that experience has got me bossing this step from now on. So to open it, it's very goddamn simple after all that, lol. So all you do is input your 4 numbers in the order you wrote them out in. And for me the numbers were 4, 5, 4 and 8. So just watch what I do here, fellas. You want to press square to get onto the safe. You want to spin the safe round loads just to reset it, because it's always nice to spin it. And then you want to turn the safe left and find your first number. And then when you found your first number, just hover over it for a bit. And then you want to go right and you want to find your second number. Hover over that one for a bit. And then go back left and find your third number. Hover over that one again. And then you want to go right again and go find your 4th number. And just hover over that for a bit and then step away from the safe and it should open. If that doesn't work, you want to keep resetting the safe and keep retrying. And if that doesn't work, you might have miscounted some of your zombie kills into the toy doll soul boxes. So you can go back to the map at the stage, redo all that process to make sure you've counted your zombie souls correctly. And then you want to come back and try the safe again and just see if it happens. And it should work, fellas, it should. But it happened to me for an hour, so yeah, you won't be the only one. So when the safe opens, that is the dagger. You want to pick it up and take the dagger to the dagger holder at the church. Place it in there, and that is your dagger complete. Right, fellas, to help out the smuggler and get the golden baseball bat, the first thing to do is get the Wunderbuss Wonder Weapon. Link for that guide is in the description if you don't know how to get it. So when you've got the Wunderbuss Wonder Weapon, you want to go to this till, which is in the room where you built the Wonder Weapon. Shoot at the till using the R2 button for the laser shot, and then the till will open up. And then on the underside of the till, there's going to be a number. And in my game, the number is 13/3. So all you want to do is just remember the numbers and head to the radio. So now input those numbers into radio. So for me in my game, I have the numbers 13/3. You want to think of the line between the 13 and the 3 as a line which separates the 2 numbers into their own separate numbers. So for me, I input the number 13 into the left side of the radio. And then when I've done that, I go to the right side of the radio and input the number 3. So just get the dials on the radio as close as you can to your numbers from the till. And boom, when the radio goes green, you have bossed it. So now head through towards the church, and outside the church on the floor, there is a plate on the ground. And all you want to do is hold square or melee the plate on the ground for it to open. And inside the plate is the smuggler, and he's got some ammunition. But he doesn't have a weapon. He only has ammunition for a certain type of weapon, whether that's a shotgun, a pistol, a sniper, etc. So all you do is go buy a shitty shotgun off the wall or a shitty rifle and give the smuggler the weapon by pressing square. Just keep on trying weapons until a prompt comes up onto the screen and it says you've armed the smuggler. And for me in my game, the shotgun worked. So now wait a full 2 to 3 rounds until you can start the next part of this step. And in these 2 to 3 rounds, you want to make sure you're racking up some points, because you're going to be giving the smuggler some of your points. So after 2 to 3 full rounds, in the main street is another plate on the floor. So again, press square or melee it or even blow it up to open. And then you want to let the smuggler speak for a bit. And then use the D-pad to give the smuggler some of your jolts / points. You want to keep on feeding him jolts until you've completed it. And then the last part for this step is to get any melee weapon you want, whether that's the shovel from the spawn or the pickaxe from the museum. You want to get the melee weapon, head to the room where you built the Wunderbuss Wonder Weapon, and there's this lovely brown door in the corner. You want to melee the brown door until it opens, And inside you're going to see a whistling zombie, so just take him out. And then when you've took him out, go inside the room, and on the floor is the smuggler, who is killed now. But also there is a golden baseball bat. You want to pick this up and then take it to the church where there is a baseball bat holder. And all you do is press square on the holder and you've bossed that step. Right fellas, to get the Nazi axe, you firstly need to look around the map in certain locations, and you need to find a code to then input into the radio. So the code to put into the radio can spawn in different locations. Here are some possible spawn locations. One code location is in this elevator, and the code is written underneath the toy doll. A second location is in the apartments. Follow the route I take here fellas, take a left at this light here, and then look up to the ceiling, and the code will be written in chalk up there. A third location is in the museum. You want to head inside, take a left up the stairs, and the code will be on the bottom of this wall here. Another location is in the museum again, and this one is underneath the wall by, and the code is written on the stone. A fifth location is in the stage area. You want to go backstage, and the code can spawn here on the side of this dresser. And finally, the last spawn location is where it spawned for me in my game. So backstage, you want to come to this part of the room here, and the code is on this wooden box here. It is pretty hard to see, but you can make out a number, and in my game, my number is 20.3. So you want to go find your code fellas. I've shown you all the locations, go find it, and either remember your code or just write it down. So now you've got your code of 3 digits, you want to look at this chart I've made for you here, and you want to compare your numbers to that chart. And if your code in your game is 20.3, just like in my game, all you do is look on the chart and find 20.3, and boom, there it is. 20.3 has an extra 3 numbers of 66.8, and these are the numbers that you're going to input into the radio. So head to radio and you want to input 20.3 into the left side of the radio, and then you want to input 66.8 into the right side of the radio. Simple as that, and when the radio turns green, you've done it. So this next step involves Morse code. I'm going to show you what the Morse sounds like, and then I'm going to tell you such an easy way to complete this step. So that was the Morse code, and for this step you have to figure out 4 numbers from the Morse code. So fellas, the Morse code will play 20 beep noises all together, and it'll keep on repeating the same 20 beeps just over and over again. So when the Morse code starts off, it'll start playing 5 beeps, and then it's going to play another 5 beeps, and then it's going to stop for about a second or 2, and then it will play another 5 more beeps, and then finally it'll play another 5 more beeps, and it'll stop for about 5 seconds maybe. And that is the end of the sequence. So this is what it sounds like for me in my game fellas. But if you don't know what Morse code is and you don't know how to turn it into numbers, I'm just going to show you what the beeping noises mean. So the Morse code is made up of 2 beeping noises, and the quick beeps are known as dots, and the longer beeps are known as dashes. So here is an example of this fellas. So I'm going to show you a short beep now. That is the short beep known as the dot. And then here is a long beep also known as a dash. There you go fellas, so that is what Morse code is, and it's just dots and dashes really. So in your game the Morse code is going to play 20 beeps, and each 5 beeps corresponds to a number. So now I'm going to show you how you change your Morse code 5 beeps into a number. So what I did in solo was leave a zombie till end of round, I killed it, and then with that 20-second interval between rounds I used my video on my iPhone, so I had no zombies attacking me and I can hear it really clearly. And then I paused the game fellas and I looked at my phone and I replayed that video of the Morse code just over and over again, and I was listening to each of the 5 beeps. And I also had this little chart up as well. You can screenshot this or use it fellas. This is a Morse code converter chart. This will change your Morse code into numbers, so keep on replaying your video and find your Morse code on the chart. So I just played back my video and I just focused on the first 5 Morse code beeps. So for me in my game, my first number was the number 1. And as you can see fellas, the same dots and dashes match up with the number 1 on the chart. So that is one of the numbers figured out, so I'm going to write down the number 1 on a bit of paper. I now move on to the second 5 Morse code beeps. So we look at the chart and we can see that my 5 beeps convert to the number 9. Simple as that fellas, and I'm going to write the number 9 down. On to my next 5 Morse code beeps now, and these beeps were a ... dash. So we'll look at the chart and we can see the Morse code converts to the number 2. So now I'm going to write the number 2 down. Now on to my last 5 beeps of my Morse code, and as you can see the dots and dashes convert to the number 1 again. And then I'm going to write the number 1 down fellas, so that is how you figure out the Morse code. So here is a quick sum up of what I've just shown you fellas. You want to first video the Morse code on your phone, and then listen to your Morse code, keep replaying it, look at the chart, figure out your first 5 beeps, and then figure out your next 5 beeps, and then find out your next 5 beeps, and then finally figure out your last 5 beeps, because all the 5 beeps, as I've said many times, convert to one number. So now that the Morse code step is done, you need to go find a magnifying glass, and this is in the stage area of the map. So you want to follow the route I take here, you want to come up to this bench here and press square to pick the magnifying glass up. So you've got the magnifying glass. When you've got that, you want to head over to church, and we're going to be inputting those 4 numbers that we figured out from the Morse code step into a map. So this is where you want to be. You want to press square to interact with the map. And now I'm going to show you how to input your 4 numbers from your Morse code in such a simple, easy way. So fellas, on the map you've got a row of numbers at the top, and you've got a row of numbers on the left side of the map. Look at your 4 numbers. You want to split them in half. So you've got 2 at the left side and 2 at the right side. And all you do is input the left side of numbers, the first 2 numbers of your Morse code. You want to input these into the top row of the map. And then the other 2 numbers you want to input into the left side of the map. Simple as that. So it's kind of like a graph that you might have done at college or something like that. It's pretty simple really. So you want to move the magnifying glass. You want to use the left analog stick to move it from left to right and up and down. And this is what it should look like fellas. I've bossed it here. As you can see here on the top row, I've counted along until the number 19. And then I've looked at the left row of numbers and I've gone down to the number 21. And then I've just inputted that into the map. Simple as that. And if it doesn't work for you fellas, you've either got the Morse code wrong in the last step, or if you're finding it really tricky and it's really annoying, which it is sometimes, you want to just try and put any of these numbers that I've got for you here. These numbers have worked for me in my game, so I've done Easter egg runs and these have been numbers. I thought I'd write them down for you, so if all else fails, just try and put any of these. So when you've got this right, the wardrobe to your right will open up, and inside there's going to be a bowl. You want to pick this bowl up and take it to the museum. Inside the museum, head to the top floor and you're going to see this table, and all you do is place the bowl onto the table here where the scales are. So once you've placed the bowl down, you want to get yourself a melee weapon. I used the dagger, which you need to get for the Easter egg, but you can use any melee weapon. And all you do is wait for one of those mental red zombies to spawn. These are called sizzler zombies. And when it spawns, you want to go stand next to an armor machine. And when it gets close, you want to melee it and kill it. And when you kill it, the head of the sizzler zombie will be inside the armor machine. So all you do is pick the head up from out of the machine, and you want to take that to the museum where the bowl is, and also place it onto the scales. So this next step, you need to stay near the scales and kill zombies. You want to kill zombies to fill up a soul box. You basically have to kill zombies near the scales. You want to use a jack in the box if you can, because they're going to be helpful. And you want to just keep on killing zombies until the axe is there to pick up. So here is the axe fellas. It is going to come out of a drawer on the table where the scales are. So pick it up and take it to the melee weapon wall near the church. And that is the Nazi axe completed. Right fellas, so once you have gotten all 3 special melee weapons and you've got them into their holders, before we can start the next step, you need to make sure you have charged up all 3 anchors in the map. And the anchors are the big red electric machines that you can see plotted about the map. So you want to get your Wonderbus Wonder Weapon fully charged, and you want to go charge these up. So one anchor is in the museum. It is above your head in the ceiling, and all you do is shoot it with the R2 button. You might use all of your Wonderbus ammo and it still won't have charged to yellow, but there is a way to not wait for a max ammo. You can get your ammo by yourself, so you can charge the Wonderbus by using the L2 button. All you do is use the L2 button and shoot zombies, and slowly your Wonderbus will charge back up. And when it's charged again, you can go finish off the anchor in the museum, and boom, when it turns yellow, that is the anchor done. On to a second anchor now, and this one is near double tap, and this one is very easy to find, and all you do again is charge it up with your Wonderbus until it turns yellow. And finally, the last anchor is near the spawn area. Head down here, and opposite Pack-a-Punch is the last anchor. And just to let you know, fellas, you can charge these anchors up anytime in the game, even if it's like round 5 when you've just got the Wonderbus. Just over time, charge the 3 anchors up, and these need to be charged up for a certain step for the Easter egg. And then finally, when the last anchor is charged and goes yellow, you've bossed it. So fellas, you've got the axe, the baseball bat and the dagger, and you've got them into their holders at the church. And what we need to do now is kill zombies near these melee weapon holders. So we need to kill pest zombies to fill up the golden baseball bat. We need to kill normal zombies to fill up the golden dagger. And finally, we need to kill the red sizzler zombies to fill up the golden axe. So it's pretty straightforward this one, fellas. All you do is kill the different types of zombies I just said above, and you need to kill them near the melee holders to fill up the soul boxes. So a jack in the box is always useful because you might get a zombie kill and a pest zombie kill to go towards the soul box. But the hardest ones are the pest zombies and the sizzler zombies. So for the red rapid sizzler zombies, the best thing to do is just hoard up. You can hoard up in the main street, and you just want to wait for one to spawn. And when one spawns, you just run to the melee holders and kill that red sizzler zombie. It took me about 12 to 15 sizzler zombie kills to fill up the golden axe. But for me, that tactic in solo was the best. Just watch out for how fast these fuckers run, because they are very overpowered, which is annoying. But when you see one spawn, get a head start, maybe use the stamina up perk, and then get running, fellas. And it's the same with the pest zombies to fill up the golden baseball bat. Again, hoard up, and when you see some of the pest zombies in your horde, take them to the church and kill them. Again, it takes about 12 to 15 pest zombie kills to fill up the golden baseball bat. And it seems like the pest zombie rounds don't work, and they don't go towards filling up the golden baseball bat, which is pretty annoying. But enough pest zombies do spawn in the higher rounds, so it's okay. And finally, the golden dagger just needs those normal zombies, so that's pretty easy. Just keep on killing, then eventually you will fill up all 3 melee weapons, and that's going to unlock the secret ancient door for the next step. Right fellas, this guide is the clearest statue guide ever. Just follow exactly what I do here and you're going to boss it first time. So the best tactic, especially in solo, is to first make sure you've charged all of the anchors in the map. And if you don't know how to do that, I'll put my guide in the description. So once you've charged all 3 anchors, you need to get ready for the statue step. So you want to get your Wonderbus Wonder Weapon on full ammo, and you want to make sure you've got your weapons on full ammo as well. And also, try get onto the round before a pest round. I think round 20 is the pest zombie spawn round, because it is every 5 rounds I think, so get onto round 19, and you want to get full ammo and all that. And then at the end of round 19, head inside the ancient room, and you want to charge the last anchor in here. When you charge the anchor, it will lock the door to this room, and it means you can start the statue step. So, when you charge the anchor in the ancient room, you're going to use all of your Wonderbus ammo, but that's okay, because when you start the next round, the pest round, hopefully, you can recharge your Wonderbus using the L2 button. Just shoot some zombies and you're going to charge up the weapon, and you just want to make sure you leave at least 2 zombies at the end of the round. And then charge the anchor up until it goes gold, and that's going to lock the ancient room. So, the ancient room is a very simple room. You have the stairs that lead down, and then you've got the 4 walls. In each of the 4 walls there are these statues, and we need to make all of these statues face towards the middle of the room or basically make them all look to you. So let's split each wall into 4 walls. The first wall is to the right of the stairs, and this wall has 3 statues. This is the second wall here, and this one has 4 statues. And then down here you have the third wall, and this one also has 4 statues. And finally the fourth wall is here, and it has 4 statues. So to make your life much easier, you want to get yourself a pen and some paper and your phone, and do exactly what I do here. Here is my drawing of the ancient room. If you want to draw it out to make it easier for yourself, do it. But just like I've explained, you have the stairs here, and then you've got the first wall which is right to the stairs. And also the first wall has 3 statues, so we're going to be calling these statues by letters, so we're going to put the A, B, C letters next to these statues. And then you have the second wall here, the third wall and the fourth wall. So do exactly what I do here, fellas. So you want to go to statue A on the first wall. So here is statue A on the first wall. You always want to start with statue A. And then you want to write down the direction the statue is looking. And now look at statue A. Look at the direction it is looking, pause the game, and draw out or write down the direction of statue A. So for me in my game, the statue is looking forward, or if you want to use the compass terms, it's looking north. So all I'm going to do is pause the game and put an up arrow next to the statue A. And then you want to move on to statue B on the first wall and see what direction it is looking. Again, pause the game and write down what direction statue B is looking. And then finally go to statue C on the first wall and write down the direction. So now on your bit of paper, you should have something like this. For me in my game, statue A is looking north, statue B is looking east, and statue C is looking north. In your game, it's going to be different directions of the statues, but you get the gist. So now, all you need to do is head to this website. The link is in the description, and this website is perfect. It works every time. And yeah, go onto the website, and you want to press on the box that says first wall, because we're starting on the first wall. And all you do is input your first wall statue directions into the website. So for me in my game, statue A was looking north, so we're going to change the arrow on the website to the up arrow. Statue B was looking east, so we're going to change the arrow on the website to the right arrow. And then statue C for me in my game was also looking north, so we're going to change the arrow to the up arrow. So input your statue A, B and C directions. And I'm just going to have a little check here, fellas. I'm just going to make sure I've inputted these right. Up, right, up. Up, right, up. And then look at the website. Up, right, up. There we go, fellas. I've bossed it. Hopefully you've done the same. We've inputted that in right. And now you're just going to press the solve button on the website. Now look to the right of the website, and the website will have solved how to complete that wall. So for me in my game, on the website, all I need to do is spin statue C 3 times, spin statue A 3 times, and then finally spin statue B 3 times. And when I do that, all the statues are going to be facing me, and I'm going to boss it. So I go back into the game, knowing which statues to spin and how many times. And all you do is follow what the website says. To spin a statue, you keep on shooting it until it goes red, and then it spins. So this is why you want lots of ammo before you do the statue step. So for me in my game, I had to spin statue A 3 times. So here I am, shooting statue A. Takes a decent amount of bullets to do one spin, but the best tactic is to shoot, run around, shoot again, and just make sure the pest zombies don't kill you. So there we go, I have span statue A 3 times, just like the website said. Now I need to spin statue B 3 times. So here I am, spinning the statue B 3 times. It is just so easy when you get the hang of it, fellas, it really is. So there we go, that is statue B spun 3 times. And now on to spinning statue C 3 times for me in my game. And then if it all goes to plan, you should see all of the statues facing towards you. You should also hear a epic completion noise. And also, you will see a raven spawn. This raven will be on one of the statues. So when you've bossed it, fellas, you can go pick the raven up. And that is the first wall complete. So now we're going to move on to the second wall. And the second wall has 4 statues. So this is a bit harder, but it's still the same tactic. And it's going to be awesome. And you're going to boss it, fellas. So yeah, the second wall has 4 statues. And as you can see on the diagram, this is the second wall. It is on the right side of the ancient room. So again, we look at the statues on this wall and write down each of the statue directions. So you want to go to statue A. Always go to statue A first because it's going to be in order and it's going to work right. So for me in my game, statue A was looking right, or if you want to use the compass terms, east. Statue B on the second wall for me was looking forward, or north. Statue C is looking right, east if you want to use the compass. And finally statue D for me was looking left, also known as west. So write down all of your second wall statue directions from A to D. And again we're going to pause the game and go to that website, and we click the wall 2 icon this time on the website, and we're going to input these statue directions from A to D. So there we go, I've inputted my statue directions. I'm just going to have one more check just to make sure I've put them in right. There it is, I've bossed it, they're in there correctly on the website. So now I'm going to press the solve button, and the website is going to tell you what to do again, just like the first wall. So for me, I've got to spin statue B 2 times, then I've got to spin statue A 3 times, and then I've got to spin statue D 3 times. So I go back into my game, and I do what the website says. So I go to statue B, and I'm going to spin that 2 times. There we go, I've bossed that. And then I go to statue A and spin that 3 times. The best tactic is to shoot and spin, run away, come back to it, shoot and spin. Best tactic that. And there we go, I've bossed statue A 3 times. And then finally I spin statue D 3 times, and that will boss it. Again, you'll hear that epic completion noise, and all the statues are going to be looking at you. Go and pick up the raven, and you've bossed the second wall. So the second wall you've just done has the same amount of statues as the third and fourth wall, so all you do is do the exact same tactic, and you're going to boss the statue step. And if you want to screenshot me video of the diagram of this room just to help you out, do it. And if for some reason your statues don't all face to you after using the website, you have either inputted your statue directions wrong into the website, or you have inputted the statue directions in the wrong order on the website. And if all else fails, just shoot and spin a few statues on that wall and try the whole tactic again. Just remember, look at the diagram I've made for you and see where statue A is and start at there every time. So now you've completed all 4 walls and all the statues are facing towards you. You can now pick up all 4 ravens off the wall. And when you've picked up all 4 ravens, you want to go place all 4 ravens onto this statue in the middle of the room. And we're going to purposely fail this raven step to make life much easier. So you want to place the ravens on this statue, do it in random places, and then the ravens will turn red, and then all the ravens will fly onto the floor. And now we can complete the raven step. So each raven is different to another, and we need to place the ravens in a certain place on the statue. So look on the floor, and firstly we're going to find the raven that has an open mouth. This is the raven, fellas, so you want to pick it up and place it right here on the statue. The raven has to be placed between the legs of the statue, and it needs to be facing forward. So do exactly what I do here and put it in the same position. Now we're going to go pick up a second raven, and this one has a curved neck, so find that on the floor, and this is what it looks like here. Pick it up, and this time you want to place this raven behind the statue, and you want the raven facing like this, almost like it's watching the statue's back. So that's where you want that one. And now on to the last 2 ravens, and these are pretty similar, but you can still notice which one to pick up. And we're going to go pick up this raven here. This is the flatter raven. You can tell the difference, so go pick up the flatter raven. And you want to go to the back of the statue and place the raven right here. This is next to the curved neck raven, and you want the raven looking like this, looking to the right. And if you do accidentally place a raven in a wrong spot, you can purposely fail and just start again. So that is the flat raven placed. And now there's only one more raven left, so go pick it up. And you want to place this one on the side of the statue right here. Just look where I'm putting it in my video, copy exactly what I do, and you've bossed it, fellas. When you place the last raven in the right place, you will see all the ravens go green, and yeah, you've bossed it. And now you can go up to the statue and press square to pick up the sword. And now to leave this area, you want to place the sword into the sword holder. This is up on the stairs near the gate, and when you've done that, you can leave the ancient room, and you can get ready for boss fight. Right fellas, so now you can get ready for the boss fight. So for the boss fight, you want to get your meter on full, you want to get some jack in the boxes, you want to get the SVT pack-a-punched, and you want to get full ammo on the Wunderbuss Wonder Weapon. And if you've got space for one more weapon, you know you've got Mule Kick, you can try get the carbine or something like that, get it pack-a-punched. Or if the box is being a dick, just find a weapon that, when upgraded, has some super rapid shooting, and use that. And if you want to use the Sword of Barbarossa or the Golden Dagger, you can melee some zombies in the boss fight using them. When you're ready for a boss fight, you want to get your Wunderbuss with full ammo on, and you want to come to this drop pod here, and you want to go inside, and all you do is aim at the top of the pod, and just hold the R2 button on the Wunderbuss to laser that top of the drop pod. You want to use all of your ammo, keep it held down, and you're going to spawn into the boss fight. So when you spawn into boss fight, the first thing you need to do is go to different panels around the area and move a blue light to open some doors. And the reason we're doing this, you know, opening the doors with the blue light using the panels, it means you've got more space to run around in. So you want to do what I do here fellas. So when you spawn into boss fight, you want to head to this first panel here. You want to press square to interact with the panel, and all you do is move the blue light to this next dot. This will open up this first door. Now you want to go to the next panel and move this blue light to the next dot. So just copy exactly what I'm doing here fellas. And then when you've opened that door, you want to come to this next panel, and then you want to move this blue light just exactly what I do here. Just copy exactly what I do in the video, and then that will open up the next door. And then onto the next panel, and you want to move this blue dot to the right, and then you want to go up once, and then that will open this gate here. So now go back onto the same panel, and you want to move this blue light back where you came from. So once you've done that, you want to go back to this panel here, and you want to go left once, and then go all the way up to the top of the panel, and then you want to go right. And now you want to come to this next panel that we've not been to yet, and you want to interact with it, and you want to go right, and then go down, and then this final gate will open. So you've got all the doors open fellas. So now we need to spawn the boss by moving the blue light into the middle building. On this same panel that you've just used, we need to get the blue light back to the other side. So take the blue light back up and then take it left. And once you've done that, head back to this panel here, and you want to bring the blue light left and then all the way back down, and then you want to move it to the right. And then on this next panel here, you want to move the dot to the right, and then you want to make it go upwards. And now you want to head back to this panel which is at the other side, and you want to move the blue light to the left, and boom, you've bossed it. You have moved the blue light into the middle building, and now the boss will spawn. So you want to head back to the side of the area where you spawned into the boss fight, and now the boss is going to spawn. So there are 3 phases to this boss fight. So the first phase is a charging attack from the boss. So the boss will just start to charge at you, and when he charges at you, all you do is shoot the boss's left arm. Basically aim for the orange bits on him, but again, just aim for the left arm, and that's going to do some good damage to him. Try not kill a load of zombies, just kill the ones that are in your way. You want to hoard them up, and just watch for the charging boss. Here is an example of why we opened all of the doors in this boss fight, just so you can see that you can just run all the way around here in this big circle, run around the big building, and then back to the area where you spawned into the boss fight. And in solo, this boss fight is very hard, but with more players you can have someone hoarding zombies up and someone shooting the boss. So that is the first phase, just keep on shooting the boss when he charges at you. You can always throw a jack in the box if you need to, and then you can shoot the boss. And I think when you shoot the boss, that will trigger him to charge, so you can always try that. And eventually the second phase will start. And this second phase is pretty tough, and this is what happens fellas, the boss will stand still, and the boss will start to spark and go into some sort of rage mode. So shoot the boss when he's stood still and he's glowing. And you want to be careful on this phase fellas, because the boss is going to start to spawn some of those sizzler zombies into the map, and they're fucking annoying. They really are annoying, so watch out for them. And when you do shoot him when he's in the rage mode, you will see a big explosion. That means you've done a bit of damage to him. So that's all you do fellas. It's very tough. I've died a few times on this step because of the sizzler zombies. So once you've done enough damage to the boss in the second phase, the boss fight will go on to the third phase, and this time the boss will start to rage and stand still again, and this time he's going to start his new attack. Sadly, the footage fucked up for me. It started to lag and you can't even see anything on it, which kind of pissed me off a bit. But I'm going to tell you how to complete the last phase and complete the Easter egg. So yeah, like I said, his new attack is some sort of electric storm field, and he's going to stand still and start to spark. And all you do is use the laser attack on the Wunderbuss Wonder Weapon and shoot him. So when he stood still and starts the electric storm, shoot him with the Wunderbuss and you're going to damage him. And if you need to get more ammo on the Wunderbuss, you can just shoot zombies with the L2 bullet, and that's going to make you have ammo always. So the best tactic I found was when he stands still and spawns the electric storm field, you want to throw a jack-in-the-box towards the boss, and you want to laser the boss. And also, when the jack-in-the-box explodes, that will do some damage to the boss as well. So that is a good tactic. Try not to stand near the boss when he spawns the electric storm, because the electric can damage you. But yeah, just keep on doing that same tactic and you're going to boss it. And when the music changes, that means you've completed the boss fight. So now all you do is head back to the drop pod, which spawned you into the boss fight, and boom, the Easter egg is complete. So yeah, that is the Easter egg, fellas. I'm sorry I didn't have the last footage, but I'm sure you can find it on the internet because there's a few good guides out there. But I just wanted to make mine really clear, especially for the earlier steps, because I put so much work into them. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Just Gaming, fellas, and I'll see you in the next one.